do you want? A choice. A chance.
There's your chance. Take it.
Grateful.
The day will come when you won't be.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another throwback review from Season 3. This is Season 3, Episode 12, entitled Clear. Alright, guys. This one starts out, Michonne, Rick, and Carl drive down a deserted road. They go past a sign that says, Aaron, we tried for Stone Mountain. Jay was the person that said that. And speed past a lone hitchhiker who begs them to stop. They approach a pile-up of wrecked cars. Michonne maneuvers onto the shoulder, and the car gets stuck in the mud. As Michonne tries to get out of the mud, walkers surround the car. Michonne notices a walker wearing a bracelet that says Aaron on it. Earlier, they saw the name Aaron on the sign, and probably from her friends telling her they went to Stone Mountain. They successfully kill all the walkers around the car while Rick tries to free the wheel. Carl privately expresses his reservations about Michonne. For right now, we have the same problem, so maybe we can work on them together, Rick reasons. They free the car as the hitchhiker catches up to them. Ignoring the stranger's pleas, Rick orders Michonne to drive on. Later, they enter Rick's old police station and find Rick's weapons locker completely emptied out. Rick suggests they visit nearby bars and liquor stores whose owners kept guns under the counters. Rick rudely questions Michonne if she has a problem with his approach. Michonne, clearly disgusted at Rick's cold personality, calmly says, "No, Rick, I don't have a problem," before handing him the only bullet found in the weapons locker. They reach a street filled with with booby traps and watch as a walker tangles itself in wire. A masked man shoots the walker from a nearby rooftop, then orders Rick and the others to drop their guns. Rick returns fire and a shootout ensues. As the man approaches Rick on the street, Carl pops out of a storefront and shoots him. The man wearing body armor falls unconscious. Then we find out that it's Morgan. Rick and Michonne carry Morgan into his apartment and lay him down on a cot. The room is fully stocked with weapons presumably collected from the police station and surrounding areas. Michonne and Carl begin packing up the guns, and Rick searches the room. He starts to read writings on the wall. Rick then finds a walkie-talkie and remembers that it was the same walkie-talkie he had given Morgan to contact him every morning at dawn. This brings him back to his intentions during that time to find his wife and son. Rick gets reminded of Lori and looks down in pain. When he lifts his head back up, he finds a more significant writing on the wall. It says, Dwayne turned. It is then that Rick refuses to leave until Morgan wakes up. In an adjacent room, Carl studies a hand-drawn map of the town. Morgan has scrawled the words burnt out over Rick's house. Carl declares that he's going to go fetch a crib from a nearby baby store. Rick allows him to go on the condition that Michonne accompanies him, which Carl does not like. Outside, Carl tries to ditch Michonne. She chases him down and notes that he passed the baby store. And then he says, I'm getting Judas something else first. Rick finds the gun that he had given Morgan, a rifle Morgan used to take out walkers from upstairs at his home. And he says, I'm sorry for what you've been through, Rick says to him. Then Morgan wakes up and quietly pulls out a knife stashed underneath the cot. Rick hears a bullet casing fall and realizes that Morgan is awake. Morgan lunges at Rick, and Rick defends himself by whipping Morgan with the butt of his rifle. The two struggle as Morgan pins Rick down. You saved my life, Morgan. You know me, Rick screams. And he says, I don't know anybody anymore. And he stabs Rick in his shoulder. Rick throws Morgan off and points his gun at Morgan, who begs for him to shoot him. Outside, a walker impales itself on Morgan's wooden stakes as it tries to get at a caged rat. Rick jogs Morgan's memory, recalling the walkie-talkies they used to try to communicate with each other. Morgan says he tried to reach Rick, but Rick was never there. We kept getting pushed back deeper in the country, Rick explains. I swear to God I didn't have a choice. Morgan recalls how Rick gave him the rifle for him to kill his undead wife. However, he was unable to kill his wife because he was too weak. Later, Morgan ordered Dwayne to stay put as he searched the cellar. When he came back, he saw Jenny, his own wife, in the doorway. She was confronted by Dwayne, who raised his gun, but he was unable to kill her, similar to Morgan. Morgan called for Dwayne, and he snapped his attention to his father as Jenny came down on him. It is then Morgan decided finally to put down his wife, but it was too late. Dwayne was bit and succumbed to his injuries. He says, the weak people We have inherited the earth. Meanwhile, Carl tries to enter a cafe, but Michonne holds him back. You can't stop me, he says. I can't stop you. She agrees, but you can't stop me from helping you. Michonne and Carl roll Morgan's rat cages through the cafe front door to draw the walkers away. They sneak inside, and Carl removes a framed photo from the wall. A walker grabs Carl, but Michonne kills it, proving to Carl that Michonne is a valuable and useful person of the group. As Michonne and Carl make their escape, a rat suddenly appears in front of them, bringing a herd of walkers with it. They're soon surrounded by walkers. However, the two go on the other way around, shooting and slicing walkers along the way. As Carl flips the table, he accidentally drops the photo as they make it outside. Distraught, Carl insists they have to go back inside, even though all the walkers inside are banging on the door. Michonne orders him to stay put and heads around to the back. Within seconds, she retrieves the photo by herself. It's a picture of Rick, Lori, and Carl. And he said, I just thought Judith should know what her mom looked like, Carl says, thanking Michonne. However, Michonne also took a cat statue, saying it was just too damn gorgeous. Rick urges Morgan to join them at the prison. Morgan refuses, stating that the reason that Rick needs all the guns must be because it's not safe in the prison, that he doesn't want to watch everyone die. He says you would be torn apart by teeth or bullets. Michonne and Carl return with the crib. Carl apologizes to Morgan for shooting him. Morgan tells Carl to never be sorry. Rick privately asks Carl how things fare with Michonne, and he says, I think she might be one of us. As Michonne loads the trunk with the guns and ammo, she tells Rick that she knows he sees dead people. And she says, I used to talk to my dead boyfriend. It happens. As they drive back to the prison, they pass Morgan one last time, preparing to burn the bodies of the walkers. They eventually come across the devoured corpse of the hitchhiker. They pull over, and Carl grabs his backpack, and they continue on. So that's how this one ends, guys. Yeah, this one was just them going to Rick's hometown to stock up on ammo to get ready for the governor. And like I said, they ran back into Morgan, which was kind of cool. And Morgan's philosophy now was just clear and kill everything. That was like the title episode was clear. He said, I just got to just clear everything. Walkers, people, doesn't matter. And he didn't want to go with them. He just wanted to stay put. And he's definitely not in the right state of mind. So, but yeah, it was kind of cool to see Morgan come back into the series at this point, and because we hadn't seen him since the first season episode 1. So that was really cool to see at the time, even though now he's back with them, full time and everything. But yeah, guys, that was the quick little rundown review for season 3, episode 12, entitled Clear. And I'll be back soon with another review. Y'all be good.
Welcome to Woodburn.
This is my pants yet?